of
Yeah.
stuff,
You know,
What's the next question?
we're good. I think.
We good?
Yeah. As a
Good.
parting shot though, or
Mhm.
not a shot, but
Mhm.
what for the young guys, or
Mhm.
the guy that wants to take his son out hunting for the
Mhm.
first time and wants to get him hooked or her hooked, because
Mhm.
we see the gals are really
Mhm.
holding their end of the bargain on this thing, and I think the guys are coming up short a little bit. The statistic that I read was 40% now of the new people that are coming into this industry are the gals.
Or what?
Are the gals.
Oh, gals.
40%
Okay.
of the new
Mhm.
people,
Mhm.
new
Yeah.
people coming in,
Mhm.
and I don't know if that means the
I
family that
don't.
has a guy, a family has a boy and a girl. If it's the girl coming in, the son says I don't want any part of it.
Mhm.
What would your advice to be to
Make
the
sure that they are wanting to do it. In other words, the love of the sport is when my brother and I were little kids. Our dad was an avid hunter and stuff, and he taught us, but then he had enough in other words, he would teach us the basics, and then turn. In fact, I think, frankly, that's one of the reasons we became so intrigued with a bow, because I think he probably figured we'd be less likely to get in trouble with a bow than we would with 22s or whatever. And we were allowed to go shoot 22s and BB guns, worked our way up type of thing. But my point is, he taught us the basics, and then turned us loose, and then I hate to say tested, but he would say, in other words, what did you do or what did you see, and he would say, okay, now you realize that if you do this, the reason that happened, if you would have done it this other way, it would have been, much more likely to,
yeah.
to work out type of thing. So it was a teaching type of thing. So
Instead of putting a thumb on you.
yeah, that was
pressuring you.
right. It was a father-son bonding type of thing. But my point is, when you take kids out, number one, make sure they want to go. Number two, try to ease them into nice. You don't have their initial hunt be 30 below, and they have no warm boots, or whatever type of thing. In other words, make it a pleasant experience for them. And to me, male versus female doesn't mean a thing. It's like, I use the analogy of a male dog versus a female dog. I mean, if you were talking about the guy that had the beagles, and if you got a female beagle and a male beagle, they're both beagles, and they both love to hunt just as much as the other one does, type of thing. So why not, type of thing. It's not like it's only a sport for male beagles, or
Right.
or little boys or girls. But in the same respect, girls and boys obviously are a little programmed differently. So, but I'm not in agreement. I don't like to see a little girl say, yeah, I'll go hunting with you, but you got it, and I'll go fishing with you. You bait my hook. In other words, if they want to do it, they need to be part of it. And yes, they might have a harder time, like putting a tree stand up. They don't have the physical strength to hang on with their pinkies while they're throwing a chain around to hang a ladder or hang a stand or whatever type of thing. But do that for a group, or safety reasons, where they're all part of it. Ease them into it, like go looking for shed antlers together. Go out in the woods and point out the different deer sign, and the stuff that they're able to learn from and stuff, and make it more meaningful, and so forth. And you don't have to have a kill every time. It just in fact, some of the things that are the most memorable to me are the ones that got away, or the ones that almost got away. That buck there, I missed him clean 2 years before I shot him, type of thing. And then the next year, I had my heart set on him, and that one came by, and that's a Boone and Crockett 4x4, basic, 4x4, and that again, because I decided to shoot him, I I didn't have a tag for this one, and I saw this one 5 times that I could have killed him after I shot that one, didn't have a tag. And then the next year, in fact, it was, believe it or not, it was 5 years yesterday when I got him, November 1st, 2011. And we were talking about this morning because the day before, October 31st, in 2011, it was, if I remember right, it was 31 degrees that morning, and I saw, I don't remember, it was 30 deer from the stand. They were, including, I can't remember how many bucks, a bunch of bucks, and they were chasing and rutting, and it was an absolute outstanding day of hunting, all right, but it was cold. And then the next day, which was 5 years ago yesterday, I shot him at 8:37 in the morning, and at 8:37 he was the first deer I saw, and the day before at 8:37 I probably seen 15, 18 deer by then. So my point is, it went from hot to cold, or a lot of action to no action overnight, and it was 81 degrees the day I killed him. So it went from 31, literally 50 degrees, in temperature change, and it went from a super action day to next to nothing type of thing. But my point is that the fact that I missed him 1 year and then sacrificed, shot another one and took his place, and then continued, I had him, whatever you want to say, worked out, where I knew it was just a matter of time, and I continued and kept passing up bucks that anybody in the right mind wouldn't have passed up, because I had set my goals on him, and I had wavered for that one time. And
sorry for your compromise.
Yeah, right. But anyway, in fact, what was it? Sunday evening, I almost got one, and he looked just like that, except I would say he was probably 2 inches wider, more mass, and then he had standing five on the side. He was in the mid 170s.
Very symmetrical.
Boom. Yeah, what's that?
Very symmetrical.
Yes, But anyway, my point is, he came. In fact, did we talk? I don't know if we might have talked about this or not. But anyway, the wind was supposed to be out of the north. Yeah, that was that buck there. Came by me and stuff. But anyway, my point is that the fact that is what puts it together. In other words, all the sacrifices and you put together, and some years you win, and other years I'll admit this right on tape, that I haven't shot a buck for 2 years. And that's
you said that in an email.
Did I? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You mentioned
that's me.
You had eight, per se, some tags.
Yeah.
In a few states.
Yeah.
Well,
8 or 9 tags that I could have killed. And hey, don't get me wrong.
I had a great experience.
I had bucks. I missed 2. I got deflections on 2 of them. Last year, and the same thing. They will be in my memory for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And in fact, the one. I couldn't even see. It bothered me because it was perfect, and arrows going right for his lungs, and all of a sudden it takes a right. The right takes a right. I couldn't even see the twig that it hit. But anyway, what are you going to do, type of thing. But what I'm getting at is,
take your animosity out and snap the twig off.
There's other deer that I could have shot, but, you know, and my only, whatever, the, the reason, I look back on it and the only positive I can get out of it is if they made it, you know, they're gonna be really good
Oh,
this
yeah.
year, you know.
Yeah.
But I said the same thing, I said the same thing last year, that I wouldn't be, you know, I'm 72 now, and I shouldn't be as picky as I am because, as I said, you know, but I don't gun hunt at all. I mean, I haven't gun hunted since I was a kid type of thing, and I don't care what the next guy does, you know, but I consider, I mean, I would rather shoot a 150-inch buck with a bow than a 180-inch buck with a rifle or a gun, you know, type of thing. I mean, a gun kill just
Yeah,
doesn't
it's personal experience.
mean that much to me, type of
Yeah.
thing, you know. So,
Yeah.
and but that's just me. I don't care what the next guy does, you know. But
And I
it's
think
just,
that sentiment right there ties in with this whole thing too, is our industry's gotten so,
goal oriented.
yeah, goal-oriented and quite cynical with the introduction or the, you know, the social media influence.
Hmm.
Um, the guy that brings home a spike horn
Hmm.
because that's what he wanted
Hmm.
is sometimes gets chastised
Oh yeah, yeah.
by the guy that.
And that's
you know,
not right.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, right.
It's that personal preference. If it was a legally
Hmm.
harvested animal and
Mhm.
ethically done,
Hmm.
let it go. That
Mhm.
was his experience.
Hmm.
And then, you know,
It's all.
if we, you know, leave him alone, or even maybe throw him a gratulatory, you know, he's going to get a lot better experience out of that than, you know.
I've had people say to me, you know, you're really lucky to have been able to hunt the property that you hunt and stuff. And I say, yes, that's true, but in the same respect, I made a lot of the reason that property is so good is I made it good.
Yeah.
You know, and I use the analogy of a marriage. In other words, everybody says, "Oh, you know, your wife is a gem," type of thing, and she is. But not to sound